Donald J. Trump's victory in the 2024 US presidential election marked a significant political comeback, reflecting a shift in voter priorities and the influence of cultural and ideological divisions. Key factors that contributed to Trump's success included strong support from religious communities, targeted messaging on cultural issues, and a response to perceived dissatisfaction with the Biden administration. Religious communities rally behind Trump. Trump secured overwhelming backing from religious groups, including evangelical Christians, Catholics, and conservative Jewish voters. Many were drawn to his focus on traditional values, such as family, faith, and religious freedom. Throughout his campaign, Trump emphasized the importance of faith in American life, often contrasting his vision of God, family, and freedom with what he described as the more secular and progressive agenda of his opponent, Kamala Harris. Religious leaders and their congregations viewed Trump as a defender of their values, particularly in light of Harris's liberal stances on issues like abortion and LGBTQ+ rights. Trump capitalized on these sentiments, presenting himself as a bulwark against what he described as the woke agenda and an erosion of traditional moral frameworks. Cultural divisions shape the narrative. The election underscored a growing divide in American society over cultural and moral values. Trump positioned himself as a champion of those who believe in objective truths rooted in faith and tradition, contrasting this with the perceived relativism of progressive ideologies. Kamala Harris's campaign, on the other hand, emphasized inclusivity, social justice, and expanding rights, which resonated with younger, urban, and more diverse voters, but alienated many in more conservative regions. Historians and commentators have noted that this election was as much a battle over worldviews as it was over policies. Trump's rhetoric resonated with voters who felt alienated by the cultural shifts of the last decade and sought a return to what they viewed as America's foundational principles. Policy and performance critiques. Trump's campaign also leveraged dissatisfaction with the Biden administration's handling of economic and social issues. Rising inflation, energy prices, and concerns about border security were central themes. Trump criticized Harris as Biden's running mate and vice president for what he described as ineffective governance and a disconnect from everyday Americans. Moreover, Trump highlighted his own record as president, pointing to achievements such as tax reforms, deregulation, and the appointment of conservative judges, which aligned with the priorities of his religious and conservative base. A nation at a crossroads. Trump's victory highlighted America's deep ideological divides. Supporters viewed his win as a reaffirmation of the nation's Judeo-Christian heritage and a rejection of progressive overreach. Critics, however, saw it as a setback for social justice and equity. Looking ahead, Trump faces the challenge of uniting a deeply divided nation. His presidency will need to address not only policy concerns, but also the cultural rift that played a decisive role in the election. As the dust settles, Americans are left contemplating the implications of this election for the future of the country's democracy and identity.